20 floors up, a locked apartment, no balconies, no fire escapes. So how did a stranger's face appear in the victim's window, seconds before he fell? I'm Detective Drayk, and tonight we're diving into a case that defies gravity, logic, and every rule of a locked room mystery. Why keep watching? Because by the end, you'll realize the killer was closer than anyone could have imagined. The call came at 9:17 p.m. Adrian Voss, a reclusive tech mogul, plummeted from his 20th floor penthouse. Security footage showed no one entering or leaving his apartment that night. But a neighbor's phone video captured something impossible. A man's face, pale and smirking, reflected in Adrian's floor-to-ceiling window as he fell. A face that didn't match Adrian's. I stepped into the penthouse, all glass, steel, and silence. The window was spotless, no fingerprints. Adrian's desk was cluttered with blueprints for a revolutionary AI security system. But the real clue, a single sentence scrawled on his monitor: "You should have looked down." The audience, you were with me every step. Remember when I opened the panic room? You thought the killer might be hiding there, didn't you? But all I found was a server rack, humming with encrypted data, and a photo of Adrian with a woman I didn't recognize. Her face was scratched out. The suspects. First, his assistant, Lena. She'd quit a week earlier, claiming Adrian was paranoid. Then there was his rival, tech CEO Marcus Cole, who'd sued Adrian for stealing patents. And finally, the building security chief, Nora, who'd mysteriously disabled the hallway cameras that night. As I combed the apartment, you shouted, "Check the vents." Inside one, I found a burner phone with a single text: "He's watching you." The number traced to a payphone outside the city morgue. But the real twist came when I analyzed the neighbor's video. The reflection in the window. It wasn't a man. It was a hologram projected from somewhere in the building. Adrian's AI system had been hacked. Someone used his own tech against him. The audience gasped when I pried up a floor panel near the window. Beneath it, a hidden compartment with a syringe of succinylcholine, a paralytic. Adrian hadn't jumped. He'd been frozen, then pushed. Nora cracked first. She admitted Marcus paid her to disable the cameras, but swore she didn't kill Adrian. Then Lena broke down. The woman in the photo was her sister, who'd died in a lab fire Adrian had covered up. She'd wanted revenge, but hadn't pulled the trigger. The final clue, the hologram's source. I followed the building's wiring to a vacant unit 2 floors down. Inside, a projector, a laptop, and a live feed of Adrian's apartment. The killer had been watching him for months. But when I opened the closet, I froze. Inside was a mannequin wearing Adrian's exact outfit, same tie, same cufflinks, and pinned to its chest, a note: "You're asking the wrong questions, detective." The truth? The stranger in the reflection was Adrian's estranged twin, Elias, presumed dead in a car crash years ago. He'd faked his death, altered his face with surgery, and infiltrated Adrian's life as a ghost. The hologram? A distraction. The real murder was simpler. Elias had been hiding inside the apartment for days, waiting to strike. So you see, this case was anything but simple. A brother who became a shadow, a reflection that lied, and a killer who walked through walls. But that's the thing about glass. It shows you what's in front of you, never what's behind. The stranger's reflection was just the beginning.